Hi everybody! This week we're going to be working on summarizing. This skill goes along with your Achieve 3000 article, The Census is Counting on You. There are going to be several questions that ask you to summarize information that you encounter in that article about the census. So let's go over some strategies that will help you be able to do that. First, it'll be helpful to know what exactly is a summary. A summary is a shortened version of an original text. It usually includes the main idea and other necessary information. The length of the summary depends upon the material that needs to be condensed or shortened. So if you're summarizing an entire book, you might have a summary that's a page long. If you're summarizing a paragraph, you might only need one sentence. It's going to differ depending on what your original source was. We use summaries for a variety of reasons, which we'll get into in a moment. But first, I want you to look at this image over here. This funnel is illustrating what a summary does. So at the beginning, the top, you have all these random bits of information and details. They go into the funnel, and at the bottom comes one main idea. That's what a summary does. It takes a lot of information and it funnels it down into what you really need. So, what is a summary? Is it A, warm weather that we experience in July and August? B, the answer to an addition problem? C, a shortened version of an original text? Or D, a research report that includes a thesis statement? All the time, students will say, why do I need to learn this? Or do I really need to know this? Summarizing is a skill that you'll use throughout your life. We have three main reasons that you're going to need to know how to summarize. Number one is in the academic area. You're still in high school, so you might still have to write some type of report. If it's a research report or a thesis paper, you're still going to need to find sources to take information from and share it. The second reason is personal communication. When you're taking something that you've learned and talking to another person, you're probably going to want to cut out some of the details that don't really matter. You're going to want to get to the point. You probably know people that talk so much that you've thought to yourself, oh my goodness, get to it already. They probably need to work on their summarizing skills. The third area that you need this in life is for professional reasons. If you have a job where you're in charge of training people, you're going to need to be able to share information, and you're going to need to shorten it to make it easy to learn and understand in the beginning. You might also just need to share information with coworkers if you've heard about something first and you need to make sure that they are aware of it as well. So you might have many reasons to be able to summarize in life. Summarizing allows you to share key information in a short manner, but you also should probably try to do it in the correct order as well. This way your communication is clear. Which of the following is a reason that you may need this skill in your life? Choose all that apply, so it's possible that there's more than one correct answer. A, you may need to write a research paper without plagiarizing. B, you may need to share information with friends and family. C, you may need to share information with people at work. Or D, you may need to teach someone how to do something. It's important to know what you should and should not do when you're giving a summary. So let's look at 3 do's and 3 don'ts. Do use your own words. You want to change it up so that you can't be accused of copying or plagiarizing at all. You want to put it in words that you would use as though you were conversing with someone. Do identify the main idea first. Get right to the point. And limit the information to what was in the text. Even if you happen to know something extra, just keep it to what was already stated in the original. Don't start putting your own information in. And here are 3 things that you'd want to avoid. Don't copy and paste. That is plagiarism. If you do that in a paper, you'll probably get a 0 at the least, and you could get kicked out of a school if you're doing this in college or anything after high school. Don't include opinions or feelings about the original text nor the general topic. Just keep it to what was already shared in the original. Don't insert anything else. And don't repeat every single detail. Remember the funnel. You want to take a lot of information and narrow it down. So, which one of these things should you avoid doing if you're trying to summarize information? A, giving the main idea. B, shortening the original information. C, limit the information to what was in the original. Or D, copy and paste the information. So how can we actually summarize? We're going to use your 6 questioning words, and you're going to answer each one in 5 words or less. So if you look at the hand, you have who, what, where, when, and why, and then in the palm you have how. Those are your 6 question words. You're going to answer each one 5 words or less. If you can answer it in 1 word, great. You want to give the important summarization details in blank words or less. Is it A, 10, B, 5, C, 1, or D, 3? So here are the steps that we're going to follow. There's 6 steps because there are 6 question words. So after we look at our original text, step 1, we're going to say who is involved. Remember, 5 words or less. Step 2, we're going to explain what happened. Step 3, where it happened. This one might be really easy to do in 5 words or less because you might only have a city or a state. Step 4, explain when it happened. This also might be very easy to do in less than 5 words. You might only have a year or a calendar date. Step 5 is explained why it happened. If this is provided in your text, sometimes it can be very difficult to narrow down to 5 words or less. You can start with explaining it in more than 5 words and then see if there's things that you can cut out. Step 6 is explained how it happened. Sometimes this isn't included in your original text, but we'll see what we can do with our sample. So here we go. Here's our example. And our title gives us the main idea. So we're reading about the history of Legos. Have you ever played with Legos? The popular toy was founded in 1932 by Ole Kirk Christensen. The Lego company has come a long way, from a small carpenter's workshop to a modern global enterprise that is now one of the world's largest manufacturers of toys. The foundation of the company lies on the Lego brick. The Lego brick was launched in 1958. The interlocking principle with its tubes makes it unique and offers unlimited building possibilities. The Duplo series was eventually created in 1983 for children younger than 5 years old. Legos are still popular today. Lego products are now sold in more than 130 countries. You can buy Lego sets for different movies, themes, and even games. There are endless building possibilities with Legos. All right, so that was our original text. Now we need to summarize. The title of the original selection was our main idea of our summary. What was the title and main idea? Was it A, the history of Legos, B, Kirk Christensen's childhood, C, how to make a Lego fortress, or D, my trip to Legoland? All right, so we're going to use our steps 1 through 6. And we're going to pin this page. There we go. So step 1, we need to know who. All right, so if I'm trying to think to myself who, I've got to look in my text. I've got to find my character. In this case, it's a factual piece of information. We're not really talking about a character, but we're talking about a historical figure. So I know that if I look in the first paragraph, the person who started the company was Ole Kirk Christensen. Okay, that's my who. I don't need to write a full sentence at this point because I'm just doing an outline to answer my 6 questions in 5 words or less. This time I have 3 words. Step 2 is what? Well, what did he do? He founded the Lego company. Where? Does it give you a geographical location, like a country, a state, or a city? I don't see that, but I do see a location. I see a small carpenter's workshop. Okay, so we have our where. That's 4 words, just like the what is 4 words. So we're doing well so far. Step 4 is when. When was it founded? We have 1932, but then we have another couple years mentioned. The Lego brick was launched in 1958, so I might want to include that date as well. Then we talk about the Duplo series. That's the only sentence in the entire text that mentions Duplo. I am not going to use this year when I'm providing my important details because it's not contributing to the history of Legos as the main idea. That's something that we would call extraneous, meaning that it's not really necessary, it's extra. Step 5, why? Does it tell us why he made them? Not really. It just talks about what the Legos are. Does it talk about how he made them? Not really. So if I can't answer these questions, I'm not just going to sit here and try and guess because I only want to summarize what was already stated. I don't want to try to put in extra information. So I'm done. I don't even have to do steps 5 and 6 this time. And we're just going back to our single page. All right, so we have our 4 answered questions. Now we're going to make a summary. All right, so I'm going to start by saying that Ole Kirk Christensen founded the Lego company. All right, now I've already used 2 things, my person, my who, and my what. Okay, Ole Kirk Christensen founded the Lego company. It started in a small workshop. I can even take out carpenter's workshop in 1932. But the first brick was launched in 1958. This summary is very short, and that's okay. We don't need it to be any longer than that. I took information from the original text and I shortened it to just give the important information for what I need. Which of these things did I do when I made my summary? Did I copy and paste the information from the original source? Did I add adjectives and adverbs to my writing? Did I provide the important details? Or did I add my opinions about Legos? There's only one correct answer. To recap or review, it's helpful when we think of the word summarize to remember the first 3 letters, S, U, and M. S stands for shorter than the text. U stands for use your own words. And M stands for main ideas only. So you might be looking at that and remembering that sum is a math word. So did you know that yes, sum is a math word, meaning the total of an addition problem. However, it really means to find the whole amount of something, meaning that it adds up to that. This is very similar to what we do in summarizing. We get the whole idea of something. A way you can remember 3 methods to summarize is by using the beginning of the word, SUM, to shorten the material, use your own words, and keep it to main ideas. Is that A, true, or B, false? Great job. Have a wonderful day.